putting that carburetor on. That's gonna be a weird video because if you guys are watching me, I'm also doing a double brake lever, both in one, trying to upgrade it a little, but when I was doing that I accidentally broke the throttle. Then when the throttle came in, I broke the thing off inside of here, so now I gotta get the new carburetor on there, and then I'm going to custom fit the throttle cable to it. So we're going to want to take the fuel line off first. Hopefully there's no fuel in it. Was disappointed that it's full of fuel. Was disappointed that the new one does not have a float drain off, which I do use. It's in the off position, my fuel tank, but it must still be letting some through, so I'm going to pull the line off, and there's nothing there. So it must just been a little bit in the float bowl. I'm going to go ahead and drain all that out. Now there's none there. I think my carb will almost just pull off. It almost fell off one time riding, so I figured it's got to be close. Not too bad. And then there would normally be a throttle cable right there, but mine fell off. Now I'm not going to totally destroy this putting it on because the new one may not work that good for me. There we go. Pulled right off. All I did was drop a little linkage to hold the fuel line on. Gonna tighten that back on there. Definitely keeping this. Somewhere in there should be a jingle of the rest of my throttle. So we got the new one in. Clean that off a little bit. Hopefully it all fits in there. So we do have the throttle going the other way. I think that turns though. So we're going to have it, well, that was simple. Like that. Then hopefully this can go on. Such a tight, close quarters fit. Pretty sure that'll go on. Yeah, it just vibrates a little bit up against the frame. Fuel line looks like it's going to be going to the opposite side now. I'm going to go ahead and get my line ran for the throttle, which I am bringing up here, going through there. A lot better than what I used to have it. Make sure you can still turn your bike. And look how much extra I have. I don't want all that, so I'm going to cut it down. Don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to that part. Because I kind of like the end on there. But when you cut it off, all that slides off of there, kinda. Because that can't slide through there. So I got to cut it all out. Cut it to length and then make it work. You know what? Just for this video, I think I'm just gonna loop it back a second time. Will it still work? Hey, it still works. Might as well just do that for the video. So we are going to take off the top of that carburetor. Hopefully nothing goes flying out. Kind of like the other setup better, the original setup. I don't like this. I'm probably going to be taking it off and there's going to be a nice seal there. Gasket. the choke released. If you guys watched the unboxing video, I popped the choke and couldn't get it to unchoke. There's a spring. There's that nice gasket I knew I'd be running into. And it's windy out, so I have never hooked up a carburetor that looks like this. I'm gonna put that in the box so I don't lose it. Just looking it over a little bit. I've never seen one like this. Oh, it comes up. What in the world is this? Show you guys in just a second, because I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's just a big brick. So it goes in there, slides up and down, just dumps fuel in, I guess. A bit different. So it looks like this goes through here. Does it take like a special throttle linkage? I don't feel it locking in anywhere. It's right there. That can't work. Maybe it goes in like that. No, because it'd pull out. Is that really it? How it goes in there? I don't like that. That's the only way I can see it working like that. It kind of like pinches itself. Guess it could go like that. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Yeah, that's how it goes in. Little bit of trial and error. I'm sure that's how it goes in. Hopefully the spring holds it down enough. Okay, now to put all this back together. And that goes on first, and then the wind blows and blows it away. This goes through that hoe. Wind is picking up. My throttle released all the way. That's a short throttle. Tightening it down. Turned out to be a 5mm. Now I'm just kind of leveling it out. I want the float to be on the bottom, nice and secure. Now for the fuel line. My fuel line's still a little bit flexible, and it barely will reach. Will it reach enough to do the test? No, it will not. So I gotta get some more fuel line, which I have right here somewhere. There's my extra fuel line. I think it's the same length. No, just a little bit longer. I just push my fuel line up onto the top one that starts leaking. I just put a new one on it about once a year. I'm gonna put it here first. On the bottom, I have to have a clamp on it. I normally shut off my fuel when I'm done using it, so the top one really doesn't leak. The bottom one may still have a little bit of fuel in it, and it'll start leaking. Oh, that moves? What? Let's just tighten that up. Maybe it's not supposed to move. I'll move this over and stick it right up my petcock. And there we go. I'm sure that has a good gravity flow. Okay, I think it's ready to go, other than I did not put the clamp on there yet, which I will as soon as I know it works. Let's go ahead and turn the fuel on. See if it starts leaking out the bowl. Nothing yet. Guess I should make sure there's fuel in it. Ah, plenty of fuel. Okay, let's go test it out. There we go. This is a freaking mess. And the spring goes on top of it. See all that? What a mess. And then my choke. Oh, I get it all. Hard for you guys to see, but I think I got it all. Yeah. What a mess. Lining the screw up, making sure that gasket's in the right place. Don't want that leaking out on the exhaust. So far, this has been almost a nightmare, because the original has no problems. I just figured this would give me a little bit more power. Okay, haven't tightened down the carburetor yet. Not putting that on the clamp until I know everything works. Does the choke still work? Yep, choke still has response. Let's slide this boot down over, which I really do like that boot. That looks pretty professional there. Now we're gonna need to tighten. I need an Allen wrench. Who came in with this? Guess I'll go get my Allen wrench. Okay. This video I'm doing two things at once because I'm running out of nice warm weather. I'm going to be testing out the brakes and the new carburetor, which I have not even fired yet. I hope it's fired. Far from a good distance. So far the brakes have been pretty good. The pulls them together. But it feels like a really good brake. Doesn't feel like it's going to bust me off. Okay, now for the actual fucking carburetor. I'm going to choke it. Give it a little bit auto choke. Come to a nice stop. Adjusting the wheel not unchoked. If it was the unchoked, I felt right. Oh, now I got the unchoked. Has a lot more power than my other carburetor, but so when you push down the choke, it stays choked. You have to push the choke lever forward to get it to unchoke. Yeah, works great. But now I gotta figure out idle on the carburetor, and now I got ran over. We're home.